Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Aaron Torres Podcast YouTube page. I do have one quick favor before we get to the video that you came here for, and that is very simply this. You see that little red subscribe button below this video? Go ahead, smash that subscribe button. It really does help me. It really does help this channel grow and my audience grow. So go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. And now, here is the video that you came here for. All right, last little topic before we get out of here. Just real quick. Just a real quick one, I promise. Just want to give a quick shout out to the Florida State Seminoles. And if you remember, about 4 or 5 Mondays ago, the ACC opened up before anybody else in college football. They opened up on September 5th, I believe. And Florida State lost to Georgia Tech. And I did this big, typical Torres rambling, thing about Florida State. And like when I was a kid, from 1990, whatever it was, 1988 to 2000, they finished in the top 4 every single year for 12 straight years. And I could not believe that Florida State had fallen as far as they had against Georgia Tech. And it really didn't get better. They got smoked by Miami. If you remember, they also were down early at Jacksonville State. But in a credit to them, it appears as though Florida State has turned a corner. So shout out to Florida State for beating what was the number 5 ranked team in the country. And I don't believe North Carolina is the 5th best team, but we just ran out of teams to rank. They beat the 5th best team in the country, North Carolina. Final score 31-28. So how about this from Florida State, right? So Florida State embarrassing through the first couple weeks of the season. And then that Jacksonville State game, they turn things around. You're like, okay, it's Jacksonville State, whatever. Then don't know if you noticed, they actually played pretty well against Notre Dame last week. I'm not saying like Notre Dame's a juggernaut because they struggled like all hell against Louisville. But Florida State goes to Notre Dame, Final score 42-26. They put up points. And this team has been completely different since they changed quarterbacks. They went to a kid named Jordan Travis. He actually played really well against Notre Dame in the game in South Bend. If you watch that game, he threw for 204 yards, almost rushed for 100 yards, and they look completely different with him at quarterback. Now listen, in the big picture, is Florida State back? Of course not. Did they get lucky on Saturday night? They did. They had a pick 6 return for a touchdown. They had some crazy stuff happen. And then didn't score a single point in the second half and still survived to win. But I still think it is a credit and a testament to this program, how far they've come in how short of an amount of time. And I'll tell you this, I'm just excited to see them going forward because the problem with Florida State for years has been them not being able to figure out the quarterback position. But now they got it figured out. And obviously there's some tough games ahead with Clemson, even Louisville this weekend. Despite what happened at Notre Dame last week, Louisville can score points. But I'm fascinated to watch them because I do think the quarterback play is better, and I'll be curious to see if they can pick up a few wins late in the season. Not saying they're national championship caliber, but I do think they're going to be worth watching.